Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Lancaster, also known as Andrea Lancaster Earth Alchemy on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so we're going to be doing your cards for the week ahead. I hope everybody has had a wonderful Easter, and if they've spent time off with their family, then I hope you've enjoyed that. There is a eclipse on Friday, 21st of April, so that's going to be interesting. It's not going to be visible from the UK, but I know it is going to be visible from Australia. And if you can hear some sort of noisy bird, that is not me, a noisy bird, although I will have been accused of that before. No, that's actually the seagulls, because I live right next to the sea, and they're just about getting ready to nest and mate and everything, so they're getting very vocal and very noisy. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so let's have a look at where we are. Sorry, somebody's just, well, Spirit are just singing a Julio Iglesias song, Begin the Begin. I don't know why they're singing that, but hey, never mind. Someone must like it. Oh dear. Um, it's not a bad song, I suppose. Bit of a croonery song, isn't it? Don't worry, I'm not going to burst out into song. Okay, so it's kind of, okay, it's because they're saying this is the beginning. You have stepped, oh sorry, noisy computer. You have stepped into the threshold of the new earth. You've stepped over that threshold, you're in just at the beginning of the new earth. And yes, it is making you anxious and nervous and fractious and doubting yourself and doubting others and wondering where you should be and oh my goodness, what's going on and everything. But don't doubt yourself. Remember, this is a fresh start. This is a new beginning for you all, so this is really good. Take this as a good sign. And yes, there is turmoil around, and there's turmoil around because we've got the solar eclipse in Aries just coming into Taurus, so it's the 21st when it technically goes into Taurus, so it's right there. Like, I know you could say, oh, it's Taurus, but actually it's Aries Taurus. So you're on the cusp there with the eclipse, and also, sorry, that's the 20th. Sorry, the 20th is the eclipse. So it is just Aries going into Taurus, so you're still that cusp. The 21st is when Mercury, see, I'm getting there, Mercury goes retrograde. Menopause brain, sorry. Yeah, so you've got the solar eclipse on the 20th. I should know because I'm travelling down to Avebury for 4 days, so going to be hanging about the stone circle in Avebury for 4 days. And so that, but it won't be visible, unfortunately, from the UK. It doesn't mean we won't feel the influence, it's just that we won't see this. And it's quite an unusual solar eclipse, apparently. I'm not an astronomer and I'm not an astrologer, so you'd have to go further into that with one of those. And on the 21st, Mercury goes retrograde. Well, really, my advice there, before I even go any further with that, is just make the most of it. Work with the energy rather than against the energy. We know it can cause communication problems, etc. So be aware of that. Be aware of that in the world. I'd rather that you didn't tune into mainstream media news, because it's a fear-mongering, scaremongering thing, but that's your personal choice. But please remember not to get caught up in any particular narratives at this time. Really, really go into yourself, and as you go into yourself, your higher self comes in, and get the information from your higher self. Also, the more you learn when you go inwards, the more you expand your consciousness, your unity consciousness, the more all of your past self, future self, now come together, so you become whole. So it's very important at this time that we integrate all parts of ourself and allow them to work together nicely, to rub along together. Do you know what I mean? Like a team. So yeah. So that's what Spirit's wanting to convey. Don't get caught up in the narrative bullshit. Just, you know, that they spew out on the TV and everything. There's only a few channels that actually speak the truth, as in they allow both sides and different views, which means you can make your own mind up, which is healthy. But trust your inner self. And you know what? As well, what is vitally important right now is to be happy now. Not to be seeking happiness out there somewhere. Be happy now. Because otherwise that's a carrot being dangled that you won't ever reach. Please be happy now. Find your happiness now. And remember, inner happiness brings any outward satisfaction and happiness. You don't get it from out there. It comes from within. And we must realise that now to be able to move forward further on the new earth and integrate our higher selves into the new earth, and to move forward fourth density, fifth dimension. Okay. Don't be fooled easily by certain energies. That's what Spirit's saying. Because there will be energies out there trying to fool you, trying to draw you in, trying to drag you into a scenario, or trying to drag you into a drama, whether it be worldwide, nationally, locally, or family-wise. Don't be dragged in. Keep your energy to yourself. Keep it for yourself. Don't let it dissipate, and don't give it to others. Wise counsel is here. Okay, so let's see what the energy is about this week, apart from what Spirit's just said. Okay. Right. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Justice card, which is a major arcana card, and the Princess of Wands. So there are going to be shifts and changes financially, in particular this week. So you may hear of banks going down, etc., etc. This is happening, whatever's happening. Again, don't go into fear. Remember that this is designed to make you frightened. If you go into fear, you are making those things happen. Decide what you want. And ask for things like financial freedom. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is about the pursuit of financial freedom, of stability, of being abundant and prosperous, so you're not having to worry about finances. So this week is about making sure you know where you're at with your finances. Don't simply assume something. Make sure everything's accounted for, okay? Because you can move towards financial freedom. This is about enabling you to do so in a wise way by using your intuition. And if opportunities come up, listen to your higher self. Is that a good thing to do or not? There you go. Spirit's talking about balancing the books. making sure everything's in check, but making sure your energy is in check so that you can move towards a bright future financially, as in really where you're not having to worry about anything like that financially, because as you go into 5D further in, there will be no money, which is a good thing, isn't it? I bang on about it enough, but this card is saying, so for financial freedom, you need to make sure you've got all the I's and T's crossed, but trust yourself. And yes, you are on the path to financial freedom if you trust it, if you trust yourself. But don't worry about the chaos, because it is going to try and make you scared. It is. It's going to be like, this bank's collapsing, that's collapsing, da 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 da, and people will be, oh my god, oh my god. Don't do that. Justice. So there is going to be a lot of things globally. You're going to hear about financial systems and things like that and whatever. But again, remember, trust yourself, trust your guides, and allow yourself to guide yourself through this path, and you will be fine. Also, this indicates to me that things are going to come crashing down for certain individuals who have been deceiving people on the world stage and closer to home. So we can talk about very rich people who've been making their money in an underhanded way. We can talk about people who have had control of systems in a tyrannical way and are trying to implement them. We can talk about people who are in this country, UK's country, which is like prime ministers, MPs, etc., who are being found out for being liars, cheats, and probably, you know, underhanded money kind of deals and stuff. So that's going to all start coming out this week more and more. I know there's already been that, but this week in particular there's going to be more. There's going to be more insights into people who have been conning you and saying they're there to help you when they're not. It's going to be obvious it's all being paid. They've been paid to say things. So just watch that on the global stage, but also on your own country's stage. You're going to see that more. And this is about you moving forward. This is about how you move forward. So to me, this is about putting some time in an investment and work, study into what you want to do now, because this is a fresh start. You've got into the new earth, so this is a fresh start. So what do you want to do? So that's what this is about. This is a determination to learn, to understand where you're at. How does the 5D work? How do we fit into that model of 5D? How can we get things to flow? How, you know, how will we look after ourselves? How will we feed ourselves? How, spiritually, how will things work? So this new earth, what is it about? Learning the flow of being in that new energy. That's what it's all about this week, but also watching the demise of the old hierarchy starting to fall down. Very big moves, but very promising for people financially if you stick to what you know to be true for you. So let's have a look. Strength. If you trust yourself, you will have mental, emotional, physical strength, and it will all work out for you this week. It will be a very strong, centered week of learning what's real and what's not, but also your own truths, so that you feel centered and steady as a rock, and you don't let things unbalance you from where you are. So very good cards there, really good cards. And if anybody's making headway with your career, I feel you can make good headway this week. Even though we're going into a retrograde, I still feel very good for people making changes with their job and career if they're doing it this this week. Excellent time for gearing up for studies and things. So it's a time of exams over here. So it's all boding very well for that if you start the week off as you mean to go on. But very good. But please understand there's going to be big things going off on the global stage, which may shock some of you. Others, like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Knew that. Do you know what I mean? So just be aware, trust your inner compass, and you will be fine. So these are big cards in a way, but they're also really good cards for the, shall I say, the everyday person, not the parasite at the top. It's not a good day, it's not a good week for them actually, but it is good for us, the people here on the pyramid here. But you're going to see the pyramid disintegrating. It's starting to disintegrate, and that's a really good thing because it's power to the people. And yes, I will put my beret on and wear my Che Guevara t-shirt with pride. So yeah, good cards. Keep going. You've got it. You've nailed it. As long as you don't go into fear or fright or worry, you will be nailing this week and making some really solid progress, despite what they want to throw at you on the exterior to try and frighten you and everything. Just take no notice of that, and you follow your own path and be true to yourself. Okay, so I'll be on, probably might not be on next Monday, because I'll be travelling back from Avebury, but I will be on Tuesday. But if I've got time, I may record from Avebury Stone Circle on World Earth Day, which is Saturday, so we'll see. That would be pretty cool. I'm going to take my cards anyway, so let's see. Anyway, have a good week. Remember, this is a good week for the people, and we are the people. Namaste, blessed be. Bye.